Most software supply chain programs track vulnerabilities, licenses, and vendor controls. Almost none track who actually wrote the open source code inside their software. That's the gap we close. And with Department of War Instruction 5205.87 extending FOCI or foreign ownership, control, or influence requirements to unclassified contracts over $5 million, it's a gap that now has regulatory consequences. Let me show you how it works. As you'll see here, we have an uploaded asset within our platform. If you click onto the foreign risk card over here, you'll see that we have 4 different violations or policies that were violated in regards to foreign risk. We also have any components that are marked as high risk, and we also showcase any contributors that are flagged for review. Everything here traces back to a specific record. If you drill into the component and contributor details, you can see the flagged component information. If you take a look at Axios, you'll see exactly where we're seeing restricted entities and restricted contributors. You can click in and see the direct contributors there too, for each specific policy, but also for each specific component. If you click into the Contributors tab here, you will actually notice as well that we list out all of the contributors and their risk. In this specific example, I'm going to click into Alexander's profile. If you take a look here, you'll notice that Alexander has government affiliation. He is also associated with a restricted entity, and he's also associated with security and intelligence services. We'll showcase information about this so you can see exactly what Alexander is contributing. You can see how many commits he has made, the last commit date, and also information around policy violations. If you click into his profile, you'll see that we didn't just make up the data. This contributor is actually from Moscow, Russia, and it matches a lot of the information that we're already seeing in Manifest. And this is what separates just having the country of origin flag. We're able to actually show the actual risk signal here and anything that could potentially cause issues as you're continuing to build things out. But let's take a look, because I know we mentioned settings, but what you can do here is actually configure policies around foreign risk. If you come into the foreign risk settings page, you can configure all of the different policies and match them so it meets certain criteria. So in the case of Alexander, we actually had restricted entity information flagged. So since he is from the Russian Federation, we flagged that information, and you can actually set the severity of the alert. So if you change it from critical, high, or to low, and in this case it's set to medium, we'll immediately update that after you save your settings. So again, on the surface, that component looked clean, but it had a contributor with institutional ties that, depending on your contracts and compliance requirements, you need to document and respond to. Finding now has a name, a severity, and a record behind it. Thanks for watching.